Hello everyone and welcome to the 6th round of the Speed Force Racing Season 10 GP4 division, where we will be racing at the circuit the Barcelona Catalunya, where it's treacherous conditions as it's full wet in Spain. We don't see that very regularly, as it will be intermediate conditions, so we might get a mixed up grid and a race where everyone will have a free tire choice, or we will also see a wet race. So the strategies let's say the practicing on the qualifying on the dries can be thrown out of the window, because all the guys have to stay now in on the green asphalt and maybe do a longer runs to not to get used to the conditions, as we will have a car. The first car on the track is, let's look, it's Mindful Wasp. And before he will get on to his lap, we will go first to the Drivers' Championship, where we have Pel Digaris in the lead with 2 wins out of 5 races, and he has 85 points. Eric Slim is in second place, he has also 2 wins and has 78 points. Third is Dive 6. 4th is MCFC, 5th is Shadowlancer, 6th is Madrid, 7th is EJ, 8th is Unbeaten Sign, 9th is Hunted GK, and 10th is Ureo Glass. And third, outside the top 10 are Energy Dan, Potch Racing, Tommy Gunner, I'm Just in Time, SFR Paul, Ryan Van Doom, Mindful Wasp, we're looking now at him, Gox and Sonical. And further to the constructors is quite interesting, where Williams is leading and they haven't scored a win yet. They are leading but just 1 point ahead of Aston Martin, who got 2 wins. Alfa Romeo has also got 2 wins. AlphaTauri is in 4th, McLaren is in 5th, Red Bull 6th, Mercedes 7th, Ferrari 8th, Alpine 9 and Haas in 10th. So let's take a look now at Mindful Wasp. I missed the first sector here down, but most importantly he has stayed on the track, and let's go on board with him to see how slippery it might be. Gox has retired, but we know he never sets a qualifying lap in our league, so he'll start from the back. In the final sector, Mindful Wasp goes, now coming out of the last corner, which could be quite tricky. It's a 128.7 for the Alpine driver. Let's now go to one of the Mercedes. It's Tommy who now goes to the top with 21.1, and here we have Energy Dan. He goes to third with a 128.9. But there are loads of qualifying lap times coming in. Not really, he is starting a lap, but here we have Dai, who I think started on pole last week in Imola, where it was also a wet race. 27.8 for Dai, as I'm Just in Time almost knocked out someone. Eric Slim goes to the top with 126.9. Peldicaris has moved up to P2. And we are now taking a look at Ryan Van Doom. As Unbeaten Sign has gone to 4th. Let's see where Ryan Van Doom is gonna end up. And he might give his teammates a tow as he goes to 2nd place. And he has invalidated his lap time. But it's all kicking off here at a wet Barcelona. Let's see if some drivers are gonna do any more laps. We're gonna go back to Mindful Wasp, who improves by 210, so he is going to improve laps. Tommy goes back to 3rd place with a 27.7. His teammate Energy Dan improves to P9. That's fellow one of the Red Bulls, Lester Soligal. He goes to P9 with ERJ going to 2nd place with a 27.2. Then let's go to Hunter. We will go. Oh, Eric Slim goes to the top with a 26.5. He is on a rapid pace on the wet tires. Unbeaten Sign then. He is currently in 9th place and it will be 2nd for now. The 2nd drive into the 26s. Aerial Glass is now going for a flyer. And let's go back to Hunter. As I think I saw someone off. Let's say AlphaTauri. Hunter goes to 3rd with a 27.1. Slightly faster than Die. Peldigaris is purple in the 1st sector. 36, we will shortly go back to him. Shadowlands is a P8 but has invalidated right as I take a look at him. MCFC has gone into the pit and hasn't set a lap time yet. That's fellow Madrid, who is currently 6th in the standings. He will improve his time, but I'm afraid it won't be a top 10. It won't. 27.9 it is currently for him. EJ doesn't improve. But let's go back to Peldigaris, who is just above his time by a 10th, but you can in the rain you can easily find a 10th back. Here goes Peldigaris, and he doesn't improve. Let's follow the McLarens with Unbeaten Sign here. Isn't gonna set a improved lap time. Aerial Glass hasn't set the time yet, but he will now do. Goes to P15, not what he wanted. SFR Paul is now going for a lap. I'm just in time. Goes to 6, that looks way better than he was previously in. And it's now getting more quiet, I think. Tommy goes out of the way of Mindful Wasp. Let's see if he is on a lap. No, he hasn't validated. Any more? Let's take a look. EJ is 3 tenths up. So let's follow him. Onto the straight he now goes. It's a 26.9 for EJ. Then we have Die, who goes for another flyer. Peldigaris isn't going to improve again on this lap. So then we will follow. Shadowlands is up. Unbeaten Sign is improving. And he goes to the top with 126.526. Wow! Area Glass. He is half a second up on his time. And he will improve to P12. Just a 10th of the top 10 spots. I'm just in time. He's coming into the pits to put a fresh set of enders on. Then who is the Energy then is closest to the finish. as he has Matty G in his slipstream. Matty G. I don't know if he's improving or not, but we'll stay with Matty G now. I think they're both improving their lap times. Oh, Matty G has invalidated, so, and he just crossed it into the pit lane. So we'll go back to Energy Dan, who improved to P10. 10. Die! We are on board with him. And he goes to P1! 26.3, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now follow, I want to say the Aston Martins, but they are starting a lap. LD Gardis is just improving to P5. 27.0. The times are coming down. Unbeaten sign doesn't improve. Let's for the Uriel Glass. Don't think he's gonna improve. He will slightly, but it doesn't bring up any positions. Ryan Van Doom is going to start another flyer. Let's follow Eric Slim, who is on a new set of tires, so I'll imagine this will be a second and maybe final run. I think Energy Dan is going to the pits now, and he lets Matty G by, or Mindful was because there. Yeah. Oh, MCFC is off. He is still the only one who hasn't had a lap time yet. MCFC, by the way, got a penalty at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, but he almost demoted on position. So wasn't too much pain. Eric Slim stays third. Unbeaten sign as invalidated. Paulas, by the way, going to fourth, so that's really impressive from him. Real Glass isn't going to improve. Ryan Van Doom is going to improve, and he might give his teammate a tow. P7 goes Ryan Van Doom. Let's see how important that tow will be. It's a great tow. Quite interesting to do a tow under wet conditions, but yeah, let's see if it's gonna help. We will go shortly back to MCFC, of course. Let's go to Mindful Wasp, as we have 5 minutes left in our qualifying session. P15 it is for Mindful Wasp. MCC has crashed. So oh, Dyke was to the top with 26.2. And he's still on his first run on the Inter, so it's really impressive. And on his second run on the Inter, Eric Slim goes to the top with 126.0. Are we gonna get into 25s? Unbeaten sign improves and goes to second with 26.1. Let's go to his teammate yet again. He is going to improve. Only slightly. Oh, more than slightly is P9, certainly for him. Let's go back to Pelticaris. No, he's on an outlap. And just in time is then on the lap. P9 at this one just in time, at 27.1, slightly faster than Uriel and Shadow Lancer. And let's go back to one of the Alpines again, with Mindful Wasp, 10th under his time, but he has to find more time in the sector to gain positions. Up to the line he goes. P12, 127.2. Matty G It's 4 tenths up on this time. He really needs to improve to get into the mix. Oh, P6 in it for Matty G. 26.9 for Matty G. A great lap from him. Honestly, great lap. Who was further on the lap? Is Ty on a lap? He was, but I think he gained damage. But I think there's time enough for another run he can do. I'm just in time. We're back on. Let's see what. Oh, he's invalidated. Coming out of the chicane. He's again improving. Because I want to know how much time there is left. There's 2 minutes left in this qualifying session. Oh, he is playing with the limits, Madrid. As Tommy goes to 4 with a 26.7. And Slim is going back on track. Let's see if he might get a 25 in this session. No, Energy is not going to improve, but Energy was improving. He set a 26.7. The Alpha Tauri is now on a lap off. Interestingly, MCFC is on the medium side of track, so we haven't asked him, as far as I know, to do a dry weather test on the right track, but and he is trying to do something that's not gonna work out. Funny enough, Tommy has spun. Sonic out. Not going to improve. That's one of the I was trying to say one of the Alfa Romeos will drop down the order, but hopefully they are gonna improve. Hunter is going for a lap and he validates, so that's his lap gone. Mindful Wasp has called it a day. ADJ invalidated. Man. When is the checkered flag out? I am curious to know. Ooh, crash for Hunter! Crash for Hunter. Also for Mary G. Well, I think Mary G retired in the pits. Yes, he did. Let's go back to one of the Alfa Romeos. The garage is not going to improve, I think. Well, he will. P6 it is. Just slightly behind EJ and Tommy, but it will be the third row provisionally for him. Ryan Van Noom is on his time on the first sector. Let's go to I'm just in time. Will he improve? No, he won't improve. P13, quite disappointing for the Alfa Romeo driver. As Paul goes to P4, 26.3. And Eric Slim, will it get a 25? No. Will Unbeaten Sign take over pole position and start on pole for the Spanish Grand Prix? We are on board with it. Will it be a 25 or 26? 26, and it's just not enough. 300s, and would die maybe get pole position. No, 26.2. No. We only have Ryan Van Noom, who hasn't got a check flag yet, but we know what the grid will be. Eric Slim is your pole man For the race, Eric Slim starts on pole position with a 1:26.047. We didn't got into the 25, but we were close. Unbeaten Sign starts in second place alongside him, and we have Dai in third with Peldigaris in sixth place, and MCFC will seems to cut a really good race pace in this division. Starts from the back. So here is the grid. If you want to take a look at it, we will go through it on the formation lap. And we got 11 drivers in the second. I'm also always curious to know how close the field is. So we can now relax for a moment, take a drink, maybe take some fast food as well, and then we'll be racing at the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's see firstly what the weather will be. Will it be dry or will it be wet? This is the weather we know from Spain. It's sunny, dry conditions at Montmeló. So the drivers will have a free tire choice. So if you don't really know the strategies around here, you can follow, I think, pretty much every driver today. As well, you can use the subs to start on. The mediums are kind of a good race tire, and I'm quite sure you need the hards here. Don't know if they are the fastest, but you'll just need them to probably get to the end. As the wait is quite long. It looks like we're going. The clock is ticking above your screen, so that's always better than getting glitched out. Here we go. Here's how the grid looks like. 18 drivers are going to fight for the victory today, fighting for the points, and hopefully entertain our Monday evening with a good race. So yeah, here are all the tires. Let's go through the grid order. Eric Slim starts on the medium tire, on pole position with alongside him and beat inside, so that's going to be interesting going into turn 1. Dai starts in third, Paul 4th, Irije 5th, Tommy 6th, Peldigaris 7th, Hunter 8th, Urioglas 9th, and Medici 10 rounds off the top 10. Energy then, Ryan Vidal and I'm just in time. Those are all mediums from the top 13 except Unbeaten Sign, of course. Then we have Shadowlands as the only driver to start on the hard tire. Mindful was behind himself on medium. Sonical has chosen the reds. MCFC starts on the medium and Cox also on the medium, so it's quite clear that the drivers want to start on the medium tire. So it's probably going to be a one stop if the race stays green, of course. Who is gonna win the Spanish Grand Prix? Who is gonna win the 6th round of the season? Get in your predictions and let's see if you got it right today. The lights are coming on now! 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are racing for the Spanish Grand Prix, and let's see how good the start will be from Unbeaten Sign. Well, it's a good one. It's a good one. He will have the inside for turn 1. As Dye comes to the inside, make it 3 wide, and somehow it isn't without contact. And they're going side by side. Unbeaten Sign has to take the advantage of the soft tire. As Dye! Oh, that was dangerous from Dye. He has to stay alive. But it just looks like the top 3 has been unchanged as the Alpine has crashed off Madrid. But we'll keep our attention to the front. As Unbeaten Sign has to pass Eric Slim to make an advantage of his tires. Madrid has a span again, so his first lap is have to forget quickly. First lap is done, and we have Ericsson in the lead ahead of Unbeaten Sign, Dye, Paul, ERJ, Tommy, Hunter, Pellicard, Energy Dan, and Ryan Van Doom. As Ryan Van Doom gets very close to the rear of Energy Dan, but a pass is currently not possible, but it will probably be in the future of the race, as Sonical is the only driver to pit for a new front wing. So he'll be at the back. Let's take a look at the position changes. The top 6 has been unchanged, and further is a few position gained or lost, so nothing really special. The biggest loser of course is Madrid, but he might have contacted or made a mistake on himself. We'll probably never know. As the Airflame and the Unbeaten Sign are creating a gap to Dye. So for Slam it's the most important just to look at Dye, as I think Unbeaten Sign won't be a rivalry in this race because of the strategy. I don't really feel it at the moment, as MCFC has passed I'm just in time. So MCC is up to 13th after starting 17th, I think. It's quite interesting that MCC didn't do a alternative strategy as medium hard. What I think all the drivers will be doing will be quite the same, but with potential safety cars you let go, of course. Once Unbeaten Sign has dropped, we can focus on the fight for third, as there's quite a train behind by. The train is all is from third to eighth, as actually then has left space between him and Peldigaris, as the DRS has been enabled, and the DRS is quite strong, as you can tell from Paul's point of view, and that's because the cars are using a lot of downforce. Oh, unbeaten sign is off! Unbeaten sign is off, he probably clipped the curb on turn 2, and he's been spun around. And now has to keep calm because his tires are really hot. Oh, he's going side by side with Ryan van Doom now. And Ryan van Doom has the position. Energy then sticks it to the inside. There's contact between the two. As there's a close train now behind Ryan van Doom. But unbeaten sign is right on the rear. You can see the dirty air he gets coming through turn 9. Will he make a move here? He will! At La Saxa. As they run side by side. That's pretty much not the old part of the circuit. Let's follow the fight to third. Just look at the slipstream. If you're ahead of a group, you might really face a problem. As Ryan van Doom goes to 8th. Unbeaten sign is really close. He really doesn't want to give up. Everybody takes a wide line through 4th. And Energy Dance is really close with a beaten sign at turn 5. Ryan van Doom takes a wide line through turn 7, I believe. Also Hunter is quite close to the rear of Tommy. Tommy is doing a really good race so far. Normally he's around the last few points, but now his points tally from this race will be 10 points, which is really good. Ryan van Doom is the first driver to get a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's interesting. We created space, and Peldigaris will now go up to P6. And now wants to close the gap to Tommy. And as he is playing with the DRS window, or playing with a second, how you like it. And how long will the softs of unbeaten sign go? He is obviously the only one on the soft, so he can not look to a driver who's on the same tire as him, like all the medium runners can do. Slim is at the front with a 4-second gap to Die, which is quite a big gap in league racing. And Paul is behind Die, and I think Die is conserving it. Tommy's not going to make a move as the guy doesn't have DRS, and CFC will go up to P12 as Mindful Wasp will go down a position as Cox is off at turn 2. So he started from the back and he's now pretty much again on the back. So the position he gained at the start, he lost right away. It still looks like that Unbeaten Sign has quite some sort of pace on the soft, as you can keep up with Brian Van Dulmen running away from Energy Den, as I found Energy Den not having the strongest pace, race pace, but maybe if Unbeaten Sign will go to the hard tire and go till the end, well, we'll see if that can pay off, but maybe he goes for a two-stopper. Who takes a horrible line and then goes to the pits, so not a really good in lap, but let's see to which tire he will go on to. Wait a moment, let's see firstly what MCC does. Oh, Energy Den is vulnerable here. But the position stays like this. Unbeaten Sign goes to medium, so he will do a two-stopper. As Mindful Wasp is out. And that's going to be a safety car. He has spun and crashed into the wall, so we'll have a safety car. And how will that play out? Unbeaten Sign, it might be on just in the wrong moment. But the bad news for Eric Slim is that he will lose all the advantages he has built. It was, if you take a look at on the left hand side, 6 seconds, but I'm sure it was between 4 and 5 seconds, so that's kind of disappointing for him, but I'm imagining well, who's going to go into pits and potentially put the hard tires on? A lot of drivers are going to do. Hunter is staying out. To the Aston Martins and doing again the interesting strategy. Same as Aero Class. Paul goes for another set of mediums, which is quite interesting. I see did he jump? Yeah, no, I don't think. There goes Unbeaten Sign, and yeah, he actually lost a place if you look where he was, because Energy Den was behind him. And Energy Den is now behind Ryan Van Dulmen. Interestingly. What's the strategy plan behind Aston Martin? They have two drivers coming in, or staying out, I want to say. So is Hunter going to hold the rest behind him up so Aston can make a gap? Or trying to make a gap to the guys behind? MCC goes to the pits quite late, so he will drop to pretty much to the back where he pretty much started, so all the advantages he got is gone for now as he goes to the hard, which you expect. So the car also goes to the pits, but he was on quite used medium, so MCC goes to 15th, maybe G16, he is at least backwards back, so that's a good news for him. Sonocal goes to soft, maybe for a kind of a glory run. And if he joins the pack on this race, on this lap, I wanna say. Then we can go back racing again. With Eric Slim into the lead, ahead of his teammate Hunter. Area Glass, I'm just in time. And Shadow Lancer rounding off the top 5, and those are the ones who didn't pit. For Shadow Lancer, there isn't much arguing about it, as he's on the harder tire. And is doing a other strategy than his teammate does, but okay, safety car is coming in this lap. As by the way, Dai lost quite a few positions. He was second, and theoretically he is now 6th, so he lost quite 4 positions. That's quite a lot. As the safety car is coming in this lap, so Eric Slim can decide when he wants to go on to the throttle. Safety car's in, so he can go to the throttle. Here he goes. Let's see if there are close battles. Well, Tommy wants to make use of his mediums and makes use of it and goes to 5th. Opel Digaris and Dai are fighting. They are both on the hearts, and this is a fight for position. Oh, and the inside for turn 4 for Dai. But now Opel Digaris will have turn 5 to his advantage. Oh, they touched! I think Dai just turned in on him, but hopefully they are damage free, so they can continue with their fight. I'm just in time. Is now getting close to Area Glass, and he has to keep a look behind Paul, who was on 10 laps younger, mediums than him. As Eric Slim is already pushing 1.6, so that's really impressive from the driver, from the Aston Martin. The rest hasn't been enabled yet. That will be in the next lap. Oh, and this time goes quite wide, but this is not really going to take a lunge on the inside. Or you need to be really comfortable to do it. The question for the top 4 is when they are gonna pit. They will go to the hards, you'll imagine, as we saw with Embiid and Sign that softs won't go very long, and I'm assuming you won't get the medium for another 10 laps. DRS is enabled, but it will be at the second part. After turn 9. As Dai and Peldigaris are going at it, Dai brakes very late. He makes the move stick, that's the most important. And we'll now be focusing on catching ABJ and potentially overtaking it. Oh, we're beating Ryan Van Doom is off. Ryan Van Doom has crashed or taken out. It's quite a weird place to crash at. As we have a safety car again. We have a safety car again. He might have been taken out. The stewards will probably take a look at that. So let's now see what the top 4 is gonna do and what the Aston Martins are gonna do. Are they both pitting? Is one of them pitting, or are they both staying out? Slim's going into pits. Yeah, both. Alston's going into pits. Top 4 is going into pits. Lorenzo will of course staying out. Because going to the mediums is too early. So we have SFR Paul into the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. And what will this do for Paul's strategy, but also for energy then in the beaten time? We'll have to find out. Somehow will surely pit. I think in a few less time after this safety lap. All the drives gone to the hard. With Glass jumping Hunter, but that's of course because the Aston Martins had to double stack. Coxto to soft and Tommy to medium. Luckily for Tommy, he is back in the race. I think the safety car will be in the next lap, as I think Tommy is far away to catch up for this lap. Safety car will be in the next lap. So we will be racing in around 2 minutes time. We are racing at Barcelona, of course, but for those who are following the football, it's coming at Sunday evening at 8 PM UK time. You'll have El Clasico, Real Madrid against Barcelona in Madrid, as the first match in La Liga was 1-2 victory for Real Madrid, if I'm not mistaken, as the safety was coming in. So, but we have also the start of the new Formula 1 season, and is the Ferrari of Paul gonna win with Charles Leclerc or Carlos Sainz, or is it going to be the old-fashioned way between the Rebels or the Mercedes? You can obviously leave your predictions behind, as Paul is waiting for the gas, and now he goes. But Shadowlands is awake. Alzira J and Die does overtaken him, so he won't get a penalty of course for that. Sonnegar was spun. And Die is aggressive on the brakes, and he gets turn 2 for him, and P3 it is for Die. And I don't think Shadowlands won't be a bitch to him. So I'll imagine it will quickly be second place, and Die wants to get the first win for Williams. EJ gets a penalty. Technically the first penalty for those who are in the race. Ryan Renault of course had a penalty, but he is out of the race. So Energy then is pressurizing Peldiaris. Energy then is on the medium, so he has an advantage for now. So maybe he can make something out of it, as the far Paul is creating a gap to Shadowlancer. But Shadowlancer is waiting for his moment to pit. Will we see a change at the Williams team? I'm sure we will. Well, not really. Shadowlancer isn't giving the position easily, as in being a sign of MCFC are battling. Oh, did MCFC go around the other side of turn 2 from being signed? That's quite impressive to do actually. MCFC is doing a really good race. Today, as he started from P17 and is now in P7, so a good recovery drive, as I'm sure the game will of course give him a driver of the day if he finishes, of course. Peldiaris is getting close to EJ, but I think he's too far away to make a move. And Shadowlancer is holding the pack up, so Paul can run away on his mediums. Oh, Dai is running wide, so might have picked up a penalty for that, or a track limits warning. We have a yellow. That's I'm just in time, but nothing special. Paul says the fast lap time. Let's see if Dai can now pass Shadowlancer. Shows him in the mirrors, but no change for seconds. Maddie G is a BA. No, you didn't take notice of that. Oh, Dai is off! Oh my god, Dai is off! He probably spotted turn 2 and may potentially giving the win away. I suppose is at the inside of Hunter and gets PLF. That mistake from Dai could be really costly. It really could be. Shadowlancer has now a gap behind him, but I imagine it will be very close as EJ got a moment as Energy then has overtaken MCFC. Interesting. Box probably made a dive bomb as he got to P10 on his softs. It's a kind of a glory when you do the softs at this stage of the race. I personally don't really know why you choose those tires. Peldiaris will now have the DRS on and might go to P3. Inside or outside, EJ gives him the inside and P3 it is for Peldiaris. So he is now the actual leader of this race. As Paul has obviously pit, same as Lancer, and has to pit. Slim is now off. Our race leader from the first half has now spawned, did the same as Dai. So pretty much top 2 from the beginning is now out. Shadowlancer gets penalty, same as EVGA, but EVGA had a penalty. So no alarms here. Oh, MCFC is getting closer to the rear of Energy then. Oh, you saw the dirty air there, that's crazy. But Energy then is making use of his mediums as much as he can possibly do. Well, Peldiaris is getting the second of Shadowlancer. I'm afraid he won't. Depends on the exit there. No. He won't get DRS, so... But he is pretend. I don't think he will be vulnerable. Well, just look at slipstream. It's really powerful. You come to like a train to the car ahead of you. that isn't as much as an effect on a super fast track as Monza as I thought. Actually there was a wrong side, but he wasn't. Just keeping the pressure on EJ. Virtual safety car weer was een bijna spannend. And lost his front wing. This could be a moment for Paul to pit. You're only losing half a pit stop, and he goes to pit, like he listened to me. And he can go to another set of mediums and try to go through it all, as Sacramento does say, same as energy there. Yeah, fair point. Clock stays out, which I don't understand honestly. And when I think we shall go to green, so as far Paul stays in the point, so he has to close to the hearts. I don't understand that honestly. Maybe he didn't have mediums anymore. And maybe he had his glory run, but yeah. So this means Peldiaris is back in the lead. As it in the qualifying didn't look like he was going to win, as he started from P7. EJ starts second, and we have MCFC in third. Every time I commentate on my own, Peldiaris and MCFC are getting quite close to each other, so let's see if there's potentially another fight between them. Dai gets a penalty. He's currently in 9th place. If the race finishes now, he won't lose any positions, so that's lucky for him. Hunter. Yes, will you take over your glass? Inside he goes, and he will. Eric Slim has overtaken Paul, so Slim is back in the points. He needs the points as Peldiaris is taking full house. And for Slim's championships aspirations, as we honestly don't need to look at that now, but every point matters for him. Manny G is in 4th, so he is doing a phenomenal job, and don't forget he spun after turn 5 on the first lap, so he's doing a really good recovery. And if you finish on the podium, he will be my driver of the day. Sector 3 dies off, so he must be very frustrated now. They give held victory as MGC has overtaken EJ. Not really difficult, but he's up to second. And seems like he has got the pace, because 2 laps ago it was the 2-second gap to Peldiaris. So we'll keep a look at the front, that will be the most important thing. MCC is in a second, and it was quite close to track limitation there. He got DRS, so the game is on for the victory. Peldigaris versus MCFC, and MCFC seems like he has got the pace to there to win. But catching is first, passing is second. That's a racing rule. Because overtaking is an art, and all those racing whispers. Gox is in 5th place. He has DRS on Madrid, but I'm quite sure he has to pit, because softs aren't really a race tire here, as he gets a penalty. And if he pits, he'll drop down, pretty much drop down to 15th, 14th. As the top 5 is getting close to each other. Peldigard has made a mistake, and MGC has been gifted the first position. So is he going to win this race? I don't need to put on the commentator's curse, but Peldigard has obviously made a mistake, and MCFC saw it and took advantage of it, but he now has to run away from Peldigaris. So MCC pretty much can succeed his last to first challenge, because take a look at this. 16 positions. Even though he starts 17th and there were 18 drivers starting, we don't care, it's pretty much last to first. For now, an awesome job by the MCFC guy, as the other MCFC is now playing against Crystal Palace. It's scoreless there at the moment. That's, hey, we have a safety car, and the sign is out. Will now everyone go to a faster rubber? Well, this could save Gox's race pretty much. So he's lucky with that. Behind there going to pit. Paul is going to pit. Same as earlier class. I'm using time, die, and circle. And I'll imagine the top 8 will pretty much do the same. Because Peldigard is broke for the safety car. EJL's taken 2nd place, so that potentially might be an investigation. Peldigaris, Hunter and Eric Slim are staying out. That could be really interesting. Energy then stays out on the softs. They're quite old. So, let's see how it will end up for him. The penalties you see is all 3 seconds, so that's quite clear. It's now waiting on Sonigo, but then we can be racing. We will have 5 laps of sprint racing, which is going to be lapped. It's going to be 5 laps of racing indeed. Will Peldigaris hold on, or will the kind of a weird strategy that Aston Martin did potentially give them the victory? Or will we have any more shockers? Who's gonna win the Spanish Grand Prix in the GP4 division? It's going to be red, green, or other color. I think that Peldigaris has a really good, how do you say it? Buffer, in good English, with the Aston Martin behind him. Overtaking at this track is quite limited, so it's got to be a turn 1 or at this turn 10. "15 drivers, who's going to score points? Who's gonna win? Who's going to get on that podium?" We will find out in, let's say, 10 minutes from now on. When is Peldigaris going to the throttle? Now he goes! We are racing again at the Spanish Grand Prix after the 3rd safety car, and it looks like Hunter has got a really good getaway, but Energy there is looking very close to the rail. Slim, he's going for the outside. Is that the right way to go into 3rd? He got pushed. He got pushed out of the track, but they go still side by side. But Energy then has got P3. Wow! Energy almost goes off the track, but MCFC now to the inside of EJ. Oh, they're getting too close. Oh, there was contact. Thank God no front wing was going into the air. Still side by side. It just looks like EJ wants to push off MCFC, but of course he doesn't want it. They're still side by side. But this is all helping the guys in front. And now MCFC is up to 5th, and Benji is wanting to overtake him. There goes EJ around the outside. Oh, it's getting too close, mate. EJ with the 5th. Oh, Cox is off. He is out for the victory. Peldigaris already has a gap of a 2nd. So it looks like he might be the winner here today. The Williams duo is changing. We have a yellow, that's Tommy. And he spun again. Kind of a save, he did that. Eric Slim is looking at the way of Energy Dan, and Energy Dan's softs are starting to ruin, to get a lot of wear now. And now the EVJ, oh! EVJ almost was out of this race. Or Slim, I wanna say. If Slim just can hang on, he might get to the podium, as the rest of drivers around him have got a freezing time penalty. But obviously, if he gets a penalty, then he has kind of a problem. DRS has been activated, and let's take a look at Uriogras, who is side by side running with SFR Madrid. Who is going to break the latest? Well, kind of even quite of a level match there was. Still 7. Oh, Paul is out of the track for a moment, as Tommy has called it a day, and we'll see him next week. Slim is playing with fire. Oh, he's defending from EJ, and AJ made a mistake. Oh, didn't stick his nose in there. Just take a look how big this train is, as EJ wants to get past Eric Slim. But now the areas of DRS Hunter, by the way, also got into a DRS, but we'll focus on the battle for third. The Energy Dance preview is not getting done, and he only lost one position, but Slim goes onto third. And is this the time that the softs of Energy Dan is starting to scream? They might not get any fast pace right now, so EJ's priority is trying to pass Energy Dan, as he and Gio! It's kicking off here. It's crazy, you know. Well, Paul taking another route. There goes Die. Maybe G to 6. I don't know where to look at. But let's focus now to the front, as Peldiaris and Hunter are getting closer. Hunter has to use all of his ERS now, but he's too far away. Eric Slim sets the fastest lap, so he is on kind of a hurry. There goes EJ up to 4th place, and Energy then lost again a position, but can maybe G overtaken now. These are all for positions, eh? Doesn't look like it at the moment, but we'll stay. For now, just take a look at what's going to happen here at the front. But I'll not take a look slightly behind. This MCFC looked like he had a better run coming out of turn 5 than Madrid. But it didn't happen. Earlier class spun, so he throws away a point or two. There goes MCFC, touches the rear of Energy then. Oh, what is happening here? And Madrid goes up to 5th. What a move! Oh, MCFC is throwing it almost away. But we have to go to the front, as Peldigas and Hunter are so close to each other. Hunter needs one more lap, but it is enough. Peldigas is your winner of the Spanish Grand Prix. Hunter finished second, Slim third, and that's your podium. EJ fourth, Sonic Hall finishes fifth. Amazing result. Medici 6, Energy Dan 7, Die 8, MCFC 9th, and Gox finishes 10th. Shadowlands finishes 11th, and I saw Paul and 12th, and the rest will go further down. What a race! What a race! Sonic Hall is your driver of the day. My personal driver of the day is Medici. Spun turn 5, lap 1, and finishes strong in the top 10. Peldigaris wins for the third time in 6 races, so he has won 50% of the races we have done so far, which is quite impressive. And is hitting the 100 bar in the championship. Let's go one more time for the results. Peldigaris has won the Grand Prix ahead of the Aston Martins and the Rebels. The Alpine of Energy finished 6th. Alpine gets the points they wanted. Energy Dan 7th, Die 8, MCC 9, Cox 10, Shadowlands 11, Paul 12, Euroclass 13, I'm just down 14th. Tommy gets classified, but he did not finish the race. Unbeaten size 16, Ryan Van 17, and Mindful Wasp 18th. I'm now going to invite the top 3, so I'll be back in a minute. I am back now, invited the top 3, which are Peldigaris, Hunter, KG and Eric Slim. We are going to the showroom now, where we will be showing the Alfa Romeo, who has been the fastest car today. As Eric Slim has joined our party, same as Hunter, KG. So we're starting firstly off with the Aston Martins. We'll start off with you, Eric Slim, if you want.
Hello.
Hello. After with the first safety car, you and your teammate decided to pit, and what's the reason behind the strategy?
I just wanted to stick to my strategy that I had thought out before the race, which I think was the fastest one.
Yeah, the strategy was coming back to you when you and your teammate dropped quite to the middle of the pack, and you made your way up to the front. And were you comfortable with staying out on the harder tires with the rest on the softs?
Yeah, I was really far behind because, like, I spun at some point of the race, so I kind of choked. But yeah, so I had to basically just stay on the hards, but they were fine. I managed to pull away from the softs.
Yeah, you seem to have a really good pace on the hard tires, and I think also you got the fastest lap of the race, so that's an extra point for you. So congratulations with your third place.
Thanks.
We'll now be moving on to your teammate Hunter, who finished second. Got at the end really close for the win. I think you needed one more lap, mate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one more lap and I would have got him for sure. For sure.
Yeah, the gap at the finish was just 1/10, so I'm quite sure you got a really good chance. But can you tell us how your race went?
Well, my race went pretty good. I had no warnings, no mistakes basically. Had some fun battles, and yeah, the tire strategy paid out for me and Slim. So yeah, we did a one stop, and at the last safety car we managed to hold off pretty well against the soft runners and pulled out the one, not the 1-2, but the 2-3.
Yes, a really good result, and I think you two are also taking now over the constructors championship.
Yes.
So that's a really good day at the office for you two. So
Absolutely.
congratulations with your second place, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then we are going to our winner. It's for the third time in 6 races, Pel Digaris.
Well, hello.
Hello. You qualified 7th, and you have taken the victory. So tell us how your race went.
Was pretty nice race, and there was good battling all the time. And one stop strategy is the best in here, and everybody used that one, almost everybody. And I don't know, there was everything went very well, and when the last safety car came, then I thought that okay, maybe that's it. I thought that maybe I try with these old hearts and let's see what happens. And also Hunter and Slim also stay with hearts, and that was a good one for me also. And Hunter gave me very nice treasure in the last couple of laps. Thank you for that. nice battle. And but yeah, I'm very happy for this result.
Yes, and you are now comfortably in the lead of the championship, as you're now hitting the 100 bar or 100 points. So I'll say carry on like this, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you, and congratulations for the Aston Martin. Great result for you.
So that was our coverage for the Spanish Grand Prix for the GP4 division. We will be back next week, of course, but before that we have all the divisions coming for you for the Spanish Grand Prix. So we will see you tomorrow for the GP3, and have a good night, everyone.